Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I was gonna talk to you about I'm sure you probably heard that they changed the frequency of the music. What was it back like 1940s or something like that? I think they're changing it all the time in a manner of speaking, depending on the bands you listen to. I mean, the hertz of it, what is it like 4.47 hertz or something, the scale that it's on, the frequency. And what it used to be was like, I think it's a higher percentage. Um, Either way, I can't remember for sure. I was going to look it up, but um, I mean, yeah, it's the facts. You can look up the facts, but the topic itself, I don't need the actual percentages to talk about the topic. So I thought, well, I'll just get on here and, you know, not waste my time on, you can go look at that. Somebody asked me, how many names does God have? And I know, like, I share, like, Lady Babylon has a video on different names of God, different genders of God, all of it, you know. So when I share something, then people ask me a question like that, I just wrote back, Google it, you know. That's what I would do if I wanted to know something and I didn't want to really listen to any of the information that I'm asking of that person. It's just more like a baiting thing. Like, do you actually know all the names of God? No, I don't. I call him God. So maybe God will damn this shit. But then, if the person I'm thinking in particular would have read the part that no lot should fall on that woman. God said, shame her. He wanted you to shame her. You know why? Because then you're going to feel the fire of the dragon and you're going to find out that that fire comes from her. When you try and put shame where it doesn't belong, when you hurt the innocent, fire is coming after you. It's the only way I can describe it. It's a fact. So, anyway. Back to that frequency thing. I might get back to that. No lot's gonna fall on that woman type of thing too. But mm, it's like, yeah. In fact, I'll go there right now, real quick. It's like, I ever even heard a man yelling at people. Mary was not a whore. She was a little girl and she was raped. You want to throw your stones at, you want to cast aspersions on this kid, that they twisted the scriptures about, you know. Yeah, that's okay. Take something that's um perfectly innocent and gentle and do something bad to it and see what happens, you know. I'm not saying she's going to remain gentle. I know I didn't. People just keep expecting me to put up with their nonsense. But anyway, so I had listened to a couple songs that were sent to me, and I had a creepy feeling like I'm thinking, okay, I know this person's going through depression anyway, but how does this music make a person feel? For me, it didn't make me feel good. So I'm thinking, well, this other person likes it. It doesn't bother them. What's what's the difference between personalities and our taste in music, you know? Well, one person has a tendency to be cruel and they're listening to this music that does not make me feel good. So I'm not falling into it anymore unless it's a song that I already know. I'm not even going there. Um, not into experimental frequencies put on me by somebody else because I'm not stupid, you know. I'll listen to it for about, I'll give it, I'll give a song. If the lyrics are good, I'll listen to it. If the music is so sucky that I can't bear it, then that'll be that. That'll be it, you know. But yeah, the same person insulted my 70s music. It's like, what? The 70s, 80s, and 90s? That was like the freaking pinnacle of the best rock and roll and the best dance music ever created for like movement, and it was radical. When I saw people taking um full orchestras incorporating rock and roll, hip hop and ballet, all of it, just like, or even tap dance like Paula Abdul, you know. Yeah, just, and they, yeah, there's stuff out there today, and there might be new stuff that's just wonderful, but I'm not really subjecting myself to somebody else's taste in music because, nah, no thanks. I even almost shared a Judy Garland song from 1940. Um, You Made Me Love You. But, and it's a good song, you know. But there's some younger people that like the old music. I loved when I was a kid. I had a Victrola that I could use, and it had these old records, like from, I think the oldest one was like, might have been 1912, or I don't know. It was just, or like there was some that were 1923. It was just crazy, crazy. But I mean, one of them was a waltz, and I just loved it. So if the power went out, I actually, well, we had a ham radio too, and emergency radio, and walkie talkies, and all kinds of stuff. Doesn't mean I had a nice life. I was living in hell. Anything there was available that could have been a pleasure never was. So don't get me wrong. I didn't have it made in the shade or anything like that, ever. I was always mostly alone most of my life. I'd get whatever they needed me to do. I'd get it done and get the hell away from them as much as I could. Or I would intentionally do something stupid so I could be sent to my room. I didn't even realize that that was starting to be a pattern. I was doing talking back on purpose, you know. So and it was combative. It was retaliation. You know, anybody would fight when they have to. You know, you get pushed so far, and that's kind of what I'm feeling like today. You can only really mess with a person so long before they finally actually want to do something about it, you know. So, yeah, but back to that, God wanted people to shame her, but she was innocent. Yeah, he wanted people to determine for themselves what happens. And it says that no lot it is to fall on her. That is her innocence, you know. And that's the way people treat people. It's like, oh, I'll do anything to you and I can get away with it. Yeah, what God told you that? Who do you serve? You know? Not all music is created equal. Of course, we know that, but I even like some rap, and some of Eminem's earlier rap. Um, can't remember who does it too. There's a song called Rap God or Rapper's Delight. That's what it is. I think Rap God is one of Eminem's. I like oh, it's all off the same album that Eminem had. He's got a couple on this one album. Well, um, a few actually that I like, but Cleaning Out My Closet and Mentally Ill in Amityville and Accidentally Killed His Family still, you know, and oh, there's a few on that same album, whatever it was. I can't remember what the name of the album was, but I like some rap, but not all of it. Like I like 50 Cent in the club. That's a good one for dancing, you know. Let's see what else. Mm, I like Dr. Dre. I like some Snoop Dogg. I like some. Um, let's see. I like the band, Eminem's the band. They're good. Um, and the guys from that, like Biggie and all of them were, you know. So anyway, I've never been like a Puff Daddy fan or Jay-Z. So. Jay-Z did a song called Miracles with Coldplay. That's a good one. But Coldplay wrote it. So anyway. So yeah, what we listen to is super important, and if it's going to take me down this depressive road, whoa, no thanks. That's why I cannot stand Christian music. This new stuff, the traditional hymns, I love a lot of them, you know, but this new that they're trying to combine, there's enough um there's enough Christianity in hard rock even that people just miss the whole Gnostic and esoteric meanings in the whole thing because they don't even know what they're talking about. The people don't know what the songs actually mean. But so I don't need this. It's just too soft, soapy type of. I can't stand it. If I turn on something and they're doing that, praise Jesus, I can't go there. I'm not against Christians or their religion, but that music's got to, and they get up there and they got the drums and the guitars and all this, it's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's the vibration of the music and they go into this trance like they're fucking brain dead. It's like, ugh, really? Do you ever see people all transed out in church? They say, close your eyes and pray. So here I am. My eyes are like big and I'm looking at everybody. You know, not very good at doing what I'm told, I think, for myself. Oh, what was that? Doug said something about that. Maybe it'll occur to me. It was something about the music and thinking for ourselves. We were talking about people that are susceptible to, like, the dark force will say, do this. Like when we were talking about when somebody tried to kill me, and then they're like, and then Satan tells them, do this, and I'll give you this tonight. So they do that, They always taking the easy road the whole time. But they get caught. They always do. But what was it? Well, that is people that do have a problem thinking for themselves. They're controlled by an outside force that is not thinking for themselves, because if they were, they wouldn't do something that would be harmful to other people. It's just as plain as that. If you have people that in your life that are harmful, um, they're doing it intentionally. They might be guided by something, but if they're adults, they're making their decisions every day just like you or I would. And will they grow out of it? I don't think so. I really don't. I think once they start down that path, I mean, it's possible, but I don't really see it. I have not seen it, you know? But they all think, everybody I know that professes God in their heart feel they are closer to God than everybody else. Nobody else. Unless you're actually sleeping in God's bed, you're just as equal as everybody else on this planet. I mean, like if you were intimate, you'd be a little closer. Other than that, we're all children of God. And He loves everybody. Might not like you, but He loves us, you know. Or she does, whatever you believe, because we have parents, you know. They were not monkeys. You It's cold out today. I went out a little earlier, and for sun shining, it looks nice, but it's not. So that's what my day feels like too. It looks nice, but what next? Yeah, I'm always thinking that when I'm dealing with people that have betrayed me, and I'm still allowing them close enough to communicate, I don't have trust. And I do anticipate more shady stuff because that's their character. That's what they show me that they are. It's like, yeah, and your music sucks too, big time. Anyway, if anybody actually wants to know what's in the actual Septuagint in the ancient Greek before they found the Dead Sea Scrolls that they were translating into Hebrew from the Greek. If you want to know what was in the original Greek, you'll want to listen to Lady Babylon. Anything else, you don't know what you're talking about at all. It's a whole different story. It just is. because they changed it. Just like they changed the timeline, the chronology, their migration, and the calendars. And everybody's like, oh, no big deal. Oh, it isn't a big deal that they changed the calendar. It is, because there's a phoenix cycle of destruction on this planet that they know about that they're not telling anybody else. And it's only 15 years away. Probably, like I was telling Doug, our kids will probably live through what is referred to as the Great Tribulation. I don't think I will. I'll be watching it, but I'm not going to be suffering because of it. You know why? Because I've already put my time in for human beings, and they never cared. That's why. And it was not something I was obligated to do. That's the thing. People think that I have some types of obligations in this world that I don't. Or they think that I'm going to carry their shame like I did it. Not not that either. No, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to make a good supper tonight. I'm going to make I have this low fat, low sodium American cheese. I'm going to take that and melt it with some buttermilk and make a nacho dip and make some like taco meat, and then I can have some like chips and veggies and meat, and it'll be like a nacho grande salad type of. I had salad last night too. I had made a homemade Thousand Island dressing um, with hard-boiled eggs and sweet pickle relish in there, and tomato mayo. That was great with some croutons and salad, and um, we get these golden olives from a company named Lindsay. They're so good. They're kind of like I think it's called a Clementi or Clemeno. Not Permeno, but it's a whole nother type of olive. It tastes different than the black ones or the green ones. They look sort of green, but they're golden kind of and sort of buttery tasting. Yum. I like the green ones too. I don't know if I've ever met an olive I didn't like. I say that about pizza too, but I ran into a few that were pretty icky. So, yeah. Anyway, so what do you think about, is there any new music out there that's actually makes you feel good after you listen to it? Can't be anything like Taylor Swift. That is not going to do it. And it can't be the new country, from what I've heard. Nothing I've heard for a long time. I love some country, but just not what I've been hearing lately. And no, it's not going to be anything like, I don't know, I could name so many people like this. You couldn't pay me to listen to it. Like people were listening to Miley Cyrus, and they were listening to, there's another big star I can't think of right now. Just some no thank you type of. I mean, I liked Britney Spears. I like Gwen Stefani, you know, like from No Doubt. Um, you know, pop stars, that type. But there's some that I can't handle. I was into Adele for a while. She's got some, I love her song Rolling in the Deep. That's a good song. A few of her other songs are pretty good. Oh, I was thinking about when I got a divorce and I was surrounded by friends and they had gone through a lot of things like I had gone through, and they knew, they had seen me all busted up and everything, in my life. So when I got a divorce, well, I kicked it out and then I went and got a legal separation and it divorced me. I could have cared less. But when I got the papers, I had a party. I had a divorce party. I had somebody tell me, at first when they heard it, because they're phony like that, they said, well, that's pretty cool. I might do that, because they were considering a divorce. And then a few years later, I heard that that was tacky. No, it was fun and I deserved it. And it was a beautiful initiating freedom from psychotic people around me, you know. Oh, I partied. You damn right I did, you know. Remind me of a song, I'm Free, and freedom's a taste of reality. I think that's The Who, pretty sure. Yeah, that's a good song. If you look it up, I think it's just called I'm Free by The Who. Yeah. Oh, I knew I was going to drop my cigarette before I did. Oh, okay. Huh? Yuck. Just a sec. All right. So yeah, to the person that keeps sending me music, and I think they did just now a little while ago too, I'm not going to listen to it unless I know the song. No, no more. Then they'll send it through like 3 times to make sure it's important that I'm going to listen to it. That's just 3 times I hear the notification go off that I know I'm not going to listen to it. you know. I don't know if you're familiar with a band called Skillet or Jeremy Camp. Um, no, can't do. I can't do it. They might have some good songs, but I there's just something about it. And this is from a person I mean, that we shared common interests in music before, and now all of a sudden it's like most of this, it's like I can't deal with it. It's a whole different vibration. Um, it's depressing. It's I don't know, there's something, it just makes me feel dark, you know? I want to hear something like later I'm going to play Let's Groove tonight. Share the spice of life, something that makes you want to dance, something that doesn't make you want to drink poison, and go grab the bleach, have at it. Oh, if you feel that sad, maybe you want a champagne glass so it looks pretty the last drink you ever take. Ugh, or a big wine goblet of it. Do it right if you're going to do it. Killing Me Softly with his song. That's a good song. Oh, God. Oh, what was it Doug said? Something about when people can't think for themselves, but now I can't remember it. Oh, well. Yeah, yeah, they'll be having somebody else doing the thinking for them. It's easier that way. Doesn't matter who gets ran over in the meantime, you know. But well, just saying hello today. I'm getting a little goofy too, so um, have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.